Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna rank all of the new champions that have been released this year, so 2021. And yeah, those are the champions right here. And also, yeah, we're not gonna include the Salmon Symbiote though in the list, because yeah, he's like not available as a 5-star or 6-star. So yeah. But also in this list there is no Craven, so keep in mind that Craven is here as well. He's just not in this list. So let's go ahead and rank those champions. So obviously the best champion probably in the game and definitely for 2021 is Kitty Pryde. Kitty Pryde is just so powerful, man. If you have watched Legacy Alliance War videos, you will see that she's so overpowered, and yeah, there's no champion like her, man. Like when I made the tier list, she was like, she got the maximum points in every single category, and I tried to give her like a 4 somewhere, but I couldn't, man. It just, she's so good on defense, on everything. It's just insane. Like you don't take any damage while phasing. You need to intercept like I think 2 times or crit 3 times to get those 3. I think you need 3 in order to phase. Let me check. So phasing, yeah. If we have 3 or more, we phase. And I can't wait to get her as a 5-star. I'm trying to get her from the featured 5-stars, but I haven't been lucky. But I'm sure I will. Like we have a lot of days left. And yeah, man, if you have that phase, just nothing stops you. You got like free intercepts. They can't cancel your phase like Ghost when if you armor break her, it's gone. And on top of that, she has that insane Tigress energy where if you have 10 or more prowess, you are unblockable when phasing. So basically, if the opponent is blocking when you are dashing, you're gonna break that. Man, it's just such a great champion, man, and everyone knows she's like insane. But then, after that, we have Hercules. Where is Hercules? There he is. So, Hercules is a very good champion. He doesn't have too much utility like other great champions, but his, like, how do you call it? Immortality is all you need, man. If you have mcoc 200, you are immortal for 9 seconds. You are fully unblockable. And if you are landing basic attacks or special attacks, this is paused. So you can literally keep this up for like 30 seconds without dying, and you can heal from suicide as well from this. And also you gain some combat power rate, which is pretty nice. You have mcoc 200, and he has good damage if you intercept with the SP1 and the SP2. You get 3 cruelty and 3 precision, which is where the damage comes from. And also, you want to intercept or knock the opponent down with heavy attacks to get those fist icon buffs, which give you more energy damage. And it's actually, if you have them, I think at 12, which is the maximum, yeah, it's max stacks right here, you're dealing energy damage, and it's actually stronger than what you're dealing, man. Like if you deal like 40k with the SP2, you're gonna do like 48,000 with the energy damage, which is crazy, man. So yeah, Hercules, I want this guy as well from the featured 5-stars. And then after that, we have probably my favorite champion in 2021. He's probably my favorite one. So we have Sanchi. And I grinded the 5-star arena for this guy. It was like the first arena that they introduced that had 6 stars in the rewards. So I didn't know if it was going to be crazy or not. So I decided to go as much as I can. And I got the 5-star, which is pretty nice because now I have him at mcoc 200, and his Icarus ability basically deals more burst of physical damage, like the red numbers when you crit, which is pretty nice, man. 20%, it's not bad. And also you can perform crits through block, and yeah, it's very nice. It says personal abilities that trigger on critical hits will trigger through block, so that is nice. That's very nice to have. And also it says that the ability is based on hit damage before checking block proficiency, armor, and resistances. So the physical damage. So it's very nice to have. And then, you know, he's one of the champions. He's like Doom, where you have those Wushu Strike, I don't know how they're called, but yeah, basically you have a stun, you have it unblockable, so you have free openings, you have the Cleansing Strike, which can remove suicides, and encouraging stun and all of that. Very, very good, and a slow. So this guy has a lot of utility. The only thing he doesn't have is a regen, but his block proficiency is very nice. He's another champion that if you use him with Guardian, he takes 0 damage from parry. So very, very good champion, and I'm not regretting getting this guy as a 5-star from the arena. Not regretting it at all. And then we have another cool champion, very, very cool champion. And it's this guy, Null. So Null is actually very suicide friendly. He takes, I think, 60% less damage. Yeah, 60% less damage from poison and bleed. And also 40% degeneration potency or resistance. But yeah, man, he heals from suicides. He heals from his, like when he has corruption on the opponent and some armor breaks. I don't know how he works, but I know he heals from light attacks and heavy attacks. Yeah, it's heavy attacks. And then while corruption is active, the opponent has 10 to 50% health or less. When they would gain a regeneration, replace it with Null's degeneration. That's a cool mechanic, man. Very cool counter. Not even a heal block, he's just better. And this guy, man, his damage is insane. You can stack 50 armor breaks, and there's no way with 50 armor breaks his damage is bad. So very cool champion. He's actually good on defense as well. When he pops that SP1, it's like an encouraging stun. You gotta time it correctly in order to not get corrupted. And if you get corrupted, your controls are reversed. So very dangerous. And also his SP2, he's like Abomination's SP1, the eye bomb, where he takes you like from his corner to your corner. But yeah, man, this guy is a very cool champion. I would like to get him as well. And then we have Strife. Where is Strife? I think I saw him right here, close. Yeah. So this guy is very good for Abyss of Legends. I've seen some of Sweetest videos. He's very powerful. He's got a good energy damage. Honestly, I don't really like his playstyle. Like, you need to throw some heal attacks after the SP1 and something like that. I don't really know how to play this guy because I don't have him. But I know he has good damage on like Labyrinth, and yeah, if you ramp him up, make him a horseman, he can do the damage cap. He's got some red numbers. So pretty cool champion. What else does he have? So on 4th light attack, consume 1 telepathic charge and inflict a passive concussion. And while the opponent is suffering from concussion, yeah, he can block unblockable attacks. I didn't know that. That's cool. The only champion that has that is Mordo, I think. If you hold block for a little bit, and then Mr. Sinister can block unblockable attacks at all times. So yeah, man, this guy is cool. He's definitely a champion that many players are using. And then I don't know if I like Sanchi better or this champion. So she wasn't in any event quests, but she was in the sigil, and I have her as a 5-star, and I'm very close to getting the 6-star. This champion is so much fun to use, man, and so easy to play as well. Like, literally, you throw 2 SP1s, heavy attack, and then another SP1, and then you get some buffs, which the opponent gets some as well. But if you parry, you copy those buffs, and yeah, because you nullify them, and if you nullify them, like you're getting them. So very easy to get those buffs. Like, her prowess buffs are so strong. They are 120% of special attack. So if you can stack 4 of those, and can you imagine the damage? So if you haven't watched any of my Scarlet Witch sigil videos, I believe you should, man, because there's some insane stuff right there. So yeah, very cool champion. The damage is phenomenal. She has very easy nullify. She's actually very good for rage, because literally if he gets fury, you parry, nullify it. So cool. And also you get that buff, so pretty nice. And also her awakening ability is not that important, but if you have her, you gain like some abilities for Cosmic, Mystic, and Tech champions, and then other abilities for Cosmic, Immunity, Skill. So in every class, you gain, like, you apply a debuff for 3 seconds, which can be pretty nice, like if there's a heal block or a Petrify or something like that. It's cool to have. But the SP3, man, this is where if the opponent has buffs, the damage comes from. So if you nullify up to 5 buffs, and keep in mind, you can give them buffs as well. If they don't get buffs, you can give them buffs. And if you nullify that way, 5 buffs, you increase your attack, and then also you remove all of your instabilities, which you get them from the SP1, 2 of them, and 1 from the SP2. And they're dealing so much degeneration damage. I don't know if she's my favorite, man. Sanchi and her are definitely very well designed champions. I love them both. But then we have Penny Parker. So Penny Parker is pretty annoying to fight on defense. I don't really know much about her. I know she's got very strong SP2 and some incinerate damage. And that shield, actually, the Sync's shield, is pretty cool because you block a lot of times, like parries and all of that. And you're not taking that damage. You're taking 0 until, like, it goes for a cooldown until you lose it. She got good heal block abilities from your awakening ability right here, and she gets some spider sense charges where she can auto block, which is very annoying on defense because, yeah, she can auto block and remove the stun as well. So pretty annoying on defense, man. Like, you can solo her with Venom Pool if you're good enough, because Venom Pool is immune to power burn or power drain and all of that. I don't know what she does, but yeah, Venom Pool is one of the best counters for her. And also Magneto, you can use Magneto because she's metal, but still, you might get auto blocked, so be careful. And then after that, we have Cersei. Cersei is pretty new, and we have her right here. So this champion, she has like very quick damage. The glancing buff is pretty nice because it's a buff, and you can literally throw a heavy attack and get that, and your parries are not gonna hurt as much. Also, she's got very cool mechanics where if you throw the SP1 or SP2 from like far away or close to the opponent, you get different buffs and debuffs. And also her healing from the SP2, I think she life steals. So yeah, if you throw the SP1 while you're far away from the opponent, you regen 5% of damage dealt. And also from the SP1, from the SP2, you gain Furies. And if you are, I don't know if there's like a match where you spend like 50% less power or you have some power gain, it's easier to do that way. You can stack those Furies and the regen as well before the Furies expire. And it's a pretty nice regen to have. I mean, Claire has so much better regen, but for Cersei, it's right there. She's got quick damage, so not a bad champ to have, man. And also, Cersei's control of matter prevents your regen rate from being lowered below 0%. So that's cool, man. That's pretty cool. And then after that, we have AntiVenom. Pretty cool champion. Like, I love this champion's awakening ability where even if you block a hit, you gain the passive regeneration, which is 65% of the damage that you take. You regen up to 65%. So very cool mechanic. It's like Mr. Sinister's one, but if you don't crit, so Mr. Sinister gets his regen from critting. This guy gets it from not critting, and it's like Sabretooth's regen, as you can see it. And yeah, pretty nice ability. This guy has very cool like heal reversal abilities. He got a Petrify, and also his Clinter debuffs can be like 3. So Spectre, so you can literally apply 3 Spectres and then pop the SP1, the Petrify one, get the Petrify. Very good heal reversal. He lowers evade and unstoppable from the Decelerate here. So pretty cool champion. He's immune to Incinerate and Poison. I didn't know he was immune to Incinerate. Very cool. And then he's got very quick damage because you throw the SP2, and then the more debuffs the opponent has, the more Fury passive you're gonna gain, and they're lasting for 25 seconds as well, which it was pretty fun to use, man. I used the 3-star one, and he was pretty fun to use. So I can't wait to get this champion as well. Man, I want so many champions from here. Such cool champions. And then we have Mr. Negative. I don't know a lot of Mr. Negative. I know he's pretty decent. He has those reverse controls. And I know you don't want to parry him, I think. And yeah, also, he can get a cool opening. Like, he evades. I don't know, if you hold the him attacks at some point, you can get a free opening, like Elsa Bloodstones, where if you parry, you get a free opening. But yeah, this guy has pretty cool abilities with his dark energy and light energy and all of that. I don't know a whole lot of much for this guy, but I know he has very powerful degeneration effects from the SP2. And what does the SP3 do? So if you consume, oh, you regen if you have a light energy, okay, and then you deal burst of damage for the dark energy. That's cool, man. So yeah, this champion, I know some people love this champion, but yeah, I don't think he should be any more higher than that, because I believe the other champions are better, but he's still a very cool champion. And then we have Spiderman 2099. This guy is a boss killer in Alliance War, because he takes 75% less damage from, like, when the opponent has true strike or deals true damage. So that's a pretty cool effect to have. He can literally tank SP3s if you have like a 33% boost. And yeah, this champion, his damage is not the greatest, but he has like pretty cool abilities with his Wither debuff, because it reduces ability power rate by 125% for 50 seconds from the SP2. So reverse healing, pretty nice if the opponent has a power gain. He has a stun on his SP3 and a very cool slow, 25 seconds. I didn't know that. And also it counts as 4 debuffs, and he deals more of his damage from when the opponent has debuffs. So if you have that slow and pop the SP2, it's going to deal a lot more burst damage, the red numbers. So this guy is pretty cool, and he's pretty tanky if you're fighting him on defense. He gains those resistance ups. Very tanky. Pretty cool champion. And then we have Kraven. So Kraven just released, and I don't think he's gonna be such a great champion, honestly. His damage is pretty bad. Like, his mechanic is pretty nice. His new mechanic, the trap mechanic, is pretty nice, because the opponent like only tries to like dodge it with heavy attacks and by blocking. And it's pretty cool because you can intercept like freely most of the times and get some bleeds on the opponent. But still, man, from the videos I saw, this guy doesn't do much damage. Like, maybe if you get the SP3 cruelty and the precisions, he's gonna deal decent damage, but his damage was not it. So he's up here because this mechanic is very cool. He's gonna be very tricky on defense, and honestly, when you have the opponent trapped, you get like free damage. Basically, it's like they're stunned or something like that. And yeah, still, his abilities are pretty cool. Oh, he's got a crossfire. Oh yeah, the suppression. Yeah, so he's got some pretty cool abilities, but his damage is not great. So that's why he's not up there. Then we got Icarus. Icarus was a little bit broken. Where is Icarus though? Yeah, there he is. Oh, not a long shot. So Icarus was a little bit broken, but now I think he's fixed, because with the SP3 he used to do so much damage. Like, as a 3-star, he could do like 40% of Winter Soldier's health, which is 500k as a 3-star. And basically this guy has pretty long rotation, so you want to pop SP once at first to get some incinerates. I think you get 4, apply 3 every hit, and it's 4 hits, so 12, and then you would want to have like at least 40, because with SP2 you double that if you hit the opponent, and that's cool. The incinerates don't do as much damage, but with the SP3 you remove every single incinerate and deal crazy damage. And also he's got some energized buffs, which are pretty useful, honestly. When you throw light attacks, you get some energized, or if the opponent throws a light attack, you get energized, which is pretty easy to throw special attacks to get those incinerates and refresh them with the SP1. So pretty cool rotation. He's definitely not suicide friendly though. I don't really like his awaken ability as well. Like, the energy vulnerability is not that crazy, because his incinerates are pretty weak, man. You can get up to 225, but they're dealing like no damage. But the SP3 damage is pretty crazy. And I love the Energize as well. Then we have Nimrod, the tank of the year. So this guy brings some sentinels from his SP3 and he gains self-repair. That's a good regen right there. And also he's got, I think, an unstoppable on the SP2. Yeah, he's got an unstoppable. He's got some very different rotations. So you can have the adaptive protocols, the Titan protocol, or the Blitz protocol. And I don't really know how to play him because I don't have him. But I know he can stack those armor ups and deal very good shock damage with his SP2. If he has, like, I think, two of those protocols active. And also, he's pretty tanky, especially if he's fighting mutants, because, okay, superior mutant hunting robot. So, he's immune to bleed and poison. And then, armor ups cannot be removed, and they suffer minus 100% potency. So, that's crazy. That's why he's tanky. And also, he attacks, deal energy damage. And against mutants, he gains immunity to ability accuracy modification. So, Magneto doesn't work here. He is definitely metal. But, nope, Magneto is not gonna work. The best counter for this guy is Medusa, because you can armor shard him, he's a robot, and he just doesn't do anything. But his SP1 is kinda like weird to evade, but you can get used to it. But yeah, this guy has some good potential. He doesn't have the greatest damage, but he's immune to bleeding poison, and a robot, very good tank. Against mutants, he's gonna work better because his abilities are better if you're fighting a mutant. And I think I remember. And yeah, not a bad champion as well. I think I pulled him from a featured. Or yeah, I think I have him duped now. Or maybe I pulled him only once. And then we have Odin. So Odin, you know, most people use him for his, how do you call it, his pre-fights. He's a pretty decent champion to have. He's got a lot of buffs for buffed up. He starts with 3, like, literally at the start of the fight. Yeah, he's got 3. You can throw pretty good SP2s. I know his bulwark buff is pretty nice if you watch the Carnage video. So, I don't know if he takes 0 damage, but maybe he takes 0 damage from parries if he has that. So, that's pretty cool. His pre-fights work great with champions that get Furies, armor ups, and I think precisions. I meant to say cruelty and precision. I said precision. Okay, so yeah, definitely not a weak champion. If you ramp him up, his SP2 damage is nice, but most people use him for his synergies. I do too. I have him as a 6-star, but maybe if I get him awakened, I'll use him. And then we have Jaguar Panther, and it feels like she's been released way earlier. I don't know why, but her critical hits apply bleeds. She's got very good damage if you pop the SP2. I think it's guaranteed crits if you have the hunt active. So, I think, yeah, that's the hunt. So, whenever she purifies a debuff, or the opponent fails, miss, or evade, pause the hunt, and all furies. And also, she's stunning you if she has the hunt active. So, pretty glass cannon of a champion. And with those bleeds, her attacks are pretty crazy. She's got some cleanse passive for 2 seconds. Yeah. So the first time you parry her, she's gonna purify it very quickly. And sometimes she wants to throw a heavy attacks as well immediately. So you might get punished for that. So be careful. And the SP3, next time the hunt activates, the opponent is also stunned. Very cool. I haven't used her. I don't think I have her. Maybe I have her as a 4-star. But I know she's got good damage from the SP2 and the bleeds stack up there. And she's not bad. The cleanse is good too. Then we have the Overseer. I don't know much about the Overseer. I don't have this champion as well. But can we find him? That's the question. The Overseer. Let's store it with tech actually, or science. There he is. Oh, he was down there. So this guy, I don't think he's the greatest champion. He's got a very small region from the SP1, I think. Yeah, he has the cosmic mode. And with the cosmic mode, he deals a little bit more damage. He deals some burst damage as well. And is immune to nullify, phase heal, and stagger. Immune to poison. And also, with his Gamma, he can apply, I think, physical vulnerability. I am not sure. Let me see. I think it's physical. So, is it physical? I think it's physical vulnerability, or I think you reduce ability accuracy. Yeah, the special concussion debuff. I don't know why I said physical vulnerability, but he can reduce the opponent's ability accuracy by 70%, and during special attacks, and that's not too bad, man. He's got a small regen. His SP2, if you deal some damage, and the SP3 you inflict a physical vulnerability. There we go. That's what I remembered. And yeah, I don't really like that champion, but he's got some potential. Small potential, but still. And then we have Purgatory. Purgatory is all about like souls, collecting the souls. You wanna beat like different class types of champions. She needs a ramp up, but her SP2 deals very good damage. The Degen deals some damage, and also if she gets the Fury from the Demonic Rampage, which is 3,353 at a 6th rank 4. But yeah, let's see actually as a 5 or as a 6th rank 3. 2,900. Yeah, not bad. So she gains pretty decent damage. The SP1 is actually like Abomination Immortals. She takes you from your corner to your corner. And she regens as well 10% of the damage you deal. Not bad. And for her souls, she gains a lot of abilities. So for Mystics, when the opponent activates special attack, passively regenerates 6% of the damage taken. Not bad. For Tech, when feeling buff power, inflict a non-stacking armor break. When the opponent from Mutant, when the opponent activates special attack, steal 66% of the remaining power. Pretty cool. And when a damage over time debuff on the opponent expires or purifies or fails due to immunity, is slow. Yeah, for skill it's pretty nice. And for Cosmic, when feeling a buff power, nullify one buff of the opponent. If a buff was nullified, get it unblockable. So her abilities are not the greatest, but they are cool to have. So that, yeah, that's why she's lower in the list. But if you ramp her up, she might be pretty fine to use. And then we have Silver Centurion. Now I don't know if this guy deserves to be higher. This guy has his plasma effects. I think he's a little bit better than Iron Man Infinity War. He has a little bit more damage. He gains very, very good block proficiency right here when he is locked on. I didn't know that. And to ready lock on, the Centurion must remain near his opponent for 12 seconds. Pretty easy to do that. And you can get those plasmas and incinerates and all of that. Kind of like Infinity War Iron Man. What does he do from PCP3? So he inflicts a slow. Very cool. You activate the lock-on. And also power drain. Not bad. And a healer from the SP1. He's not bad, man. If his damage was a little bit better, it's decent. But if it was a little bit better, he would be higher. Maybe he deserves to be better than Purgatory. I don't know. But then we have Psychoman. So I want to get Psychoman in the event quest when Kitty Pryde arrived. Because he has something very, very unique. So he can inflict, how do you call those debuffs? Hold on, let me find that. The ones that remove prowess. Now I don't know how they're called, but hold on, I'm gonna find it. Oh yeah, so I found it. So the cowardice debuff. It reduces special attack damage, and for Kitty Pryde, if you apply one of those, you remove her prowess, which is pretty crazy for Kitty Pryde. That event quest was nuts. And I wanted to get him to just get that Kitty Pryde solo with this, because with the SP1 you apply it for 12 seconds. Pretty nice. And this guy has some cool abilities, man. He's got a heal bar from this. He's got basically 3 phases, 3 control boxes. And you can switch, I think, by finishing a combo with a light attack. I am pretty sure. So cycles to the next move when his 4th light attack. So yeah, finish a combo with light attack. You can get hate, fear, and doubt. So he gets some cool things from like using special attacks. And yeah, he's got a passive power lock and a stun. Very, very cool. And during the opponent's next special attack, they suffer passive concussion, reducing ability X by 100%, and passive weakness, reducing attack by 50%. Got a heal block, unblockable, fury. His damage is not great, that's why not many people use him. Honestly, I liked using him a lot when we got him as a 3-star. I loved him a lot, but his damage is not there, so that's why he's bottom right here. Then we have Jubilee. I want to get, oh hold on, I want to get Jubilee because she gets a lot of prowess, and I know she can do very cool special attack damage, but she doesn't have a lot. I think she has, yeah, she's got a slow if you are in the blue phase, or the blue firework, a taunt, a shock. From the SP2 you can get incinerate, suppression, or concussion. From the SP3 what do you get? Firework, surge lasting 16 seconds and consume up to 12 prowess. You get indefinite for each prowess that was consumed, increase special attack damage by 12. Also, you can just spam SP3s if the fight is so long and get 12 of those permanent ones. Get those other ones as well. So she can do pretty good damage from special attacks for longer fights. So pretty nice kit, but the damage is just not there for basic attacks. Special attacks are good. But yeah. Also, we have mcoc Chavez. So she came with Hercules. And yeah, there was no competition between Hercules and mcoc Chavez. Like, that's crazy. She has a pretty cool mechanic like Wasp, so you can throw heavy attacks if you do like a 3-hit combo and or 4-hit and do the heavy attack as well. Her damage is not that great, and her playstyle is pretty weird. You can interrupt heavy attacks, buff special attacks, and all of that. She can regen a little bit from the SP2, deal more damage, or become unblockable. And yeah, that's it. She does have energy inflation potency, or sorry, I thought it was energy resist. It doesn't matter. But yeah, the damage is not there for her. She's pretty cool to use with the heavy attack and all of that. She's probably gonna be fast in the arena like Wasp, but still not the greatest champion of this year. And then 2 more, we have mcoc, almost the last champion of this year. His damage is so bad. I know he takes less damage from recoil if he's, I think, enraged. Yeah, take 50% less damage. But still, man, I love Suicide, but this guy isn't good even with Suicide. He's got very, very good stagger abilities. His SP2 is dangerous when you fight him. His SP1, or he can be really annoying when he throws a lot of SP1s. And he gets the enrage. He's unblockable for a little bit. And then unstoppable for how many seconds? It's a lot. It's definitely like 10 seconds at least. Can get really scary. But I don't know if this guy doesn't have the greatest damage. So, yeah. But then we move on to the last champion. So, the worst. And I think some people will agree with this. But there's no way this guy is not the worst champion of 2021. His kit is so bad. He's pretty annoying to fight on defense because he's got that stupid falter. He's immune to shock and incinerate. So, with Doom, you cannot do the heavy attacks. He's pretty annoying. But yeah, he's got that falter, energy vulnerability, but his damage is just so bad. You can convert from the SP1 5 Furies to armor breaks or armor ups, and for the SP2 armor ups to Furies. But his damage is not great, guys. Only if you fight him on defense where there is 15,000 attack, he might do some damage from the SP2. It's pretty quick to evade as well, pretty dangerous. But I don't know, his synergies might be good with the Fantastic Four right here. But this champion, I feel like not a lot of people use him, and I think it's a good reason that like they don't. Definitely needs a rework. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for the 2021 champions ranking. Again, top 5, we got Kitty Pryde, Hercules, Sanchi, Null, and Strife. Pretty sad that Scarlet Witch is not there. But if she was better in Abyss, but she would be there. But yeah, Strife is a lot better. But yeah, some pretty cool champions. Like, I would say half of the champions, or maybe 60% of the champions, are nice to have. And we literally got the top 1 and top 2 champions in all the game. Kitty Pryde and Hercules. In my opinion, those are like top 1 Kitty Pryde and top 2 Hercules from everyone else. And yeah, man, they're just too strong, especially Kitty Pryde. She's just, oh man, so scary. So scary to fight, so crazy good to use. She has it all. But yeah guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.